Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Eliana Aaron. It's right now it's April 1st, and we are on day 41 of the coronavirus here in Israel. I hope everyone is doing okay and staying safe. I'm going to I have some questions and answers. We also, tomorrow, hopefully, we're going to talk, we're going to specifically get questions from parents regarding parenting, and we have some detailed questions that we're getting from people, and we're going to actually be having a joint questions and answers from a colleague of ours, that's Judy Bar Eitan, who's a parenting consultant and therapist. And anyone who has questions about that, please contact Efrat. She's one of the administrators on the WhatsApp group, efrat@healthcareisrael.com, and we'll make sure to try to get to as many as we can. If we see there's a need, we will make that into a regular program. We have specialists who can answer your questions, and we'll get them on. Question number one. What can be done to make sure that supermarket workers, especially handlers of meat, fish, and cheese, are wearing masks and gloves? Look, there needs to be regulations. It can't come from you. You're not their boss, but it has to come from a higher level. Certainly, if there are stores that are stricter about this, I would patronize those stores more. However, if you're in a store, and remember, each time we go to a store, it's a stressful situation. We don't want to go to multiple stores. We want to minimize our exposures. So it's not worth traveling to a different store, but it is worth it if people tell you that this store has better hygiene. Yeah, definitely go there. But if you're in a store and you have to buy something and the person behind the counter is not wearing mask and gloves, well, right now a mask is the law. That started from today in Israel. So hopefully we will see more compliance. What I could say is it's not good even without coronavirus. So not, someone handling your food with their hands and then their phone and then their face, never a good idea. The coronavirus itself is not something that holds up well or even transmits through food. I don't think there have been a single case recorded of food transmitted coronavirus going on. So I think that it's reasonable to bring food home. If there's a package, again, to sanitize that if people touch the package, which they usually do. And perhaps not to eat it that day, wait a day, and then you're probably okay. Again, coronavirus does not live long on food. So that's not what I'd worry about. Now, hepatitis and other lovely diseases you could get from people who are not being hygienic is a different problem. But that's not what this is about. So that's my general guidelines about that. Okay, another question I got was about the restrictions and guidelines, and people were asking questions about a child who is a soldier or a Chayal Boded, a lone soldier, or someone in yeshiva who is like a Shana Daled, who's still part of the army officially, but they're learning in a yeshiva. As far as testing and as far as symptom management, these guys and girls and men and women all fall within the regulations of the army. So the regular Ministry of Health and Magen David Adom does not apply to soldiers. You have to go back to the medical corps, and they're responsible for testing soldiers. So the rules and regulations for them are different, and so I would guide you towards that because they're not part of the regular healthcare system. Another question about shopping. Is the guy taking the temperature in the supermarket safe? Okay, because now in Israel, you can't go into a store till someone takes your temperature. And unfortunately, there have been reports of people taking your temperature and getting right up into your face to do it, which is not 2 meters away, and frankly, makes everyone nervous. The temperature gun is touching everybody, or it's right near everybody, so that doesn't seem very smart. Sometimes the person taking the temperature is wearing a mask, sometimes gloves, sometimes neither, sometimes only one. And they're not health professionals. They're usually security guards who just sort of got this and said, don't let anybody in if they're 38 or higher. So they don't know anything about, prevention. I've always told people, even when I practice and I'm examining someone's lungs, this is, pre-corona, this is what I've been doing for 20 something years. I don't want to say exactly how many years, but 20 something years, when I examine someone's chest and they're breathing and I'm examining them, I always have them facing away from me. So I'm at their side and my stethoscope is here, but they're not breathing on me. And that way I'm not in the line of fire if they have pneumonia or something else, and it protects me as a health provider. Now, that would be a smart thing to do, to tell people when you're taking my temperature, stand on the side when you do it so you're not breathing on me. And I'm actually, when I'm in situations like that, I'm really not shy. And I'll just say, I'm a health professional. You should not be here. This is not safe for you. So turn this way and put your hand like this. Okay, you can see my hand with the gun. And that way you guys aren't breathing on each other at least. So that being said, taking a temperature has some degree of help, and I will explain why. Because viral illnesses are most contagious when people have fever. And it would also mean if someone says, well, I'm kind of not feeling well, and they know they're going to have their temperature taken before they go to the store, it'll make them less likely, it's social deterrence, to go to the store and then be turned away. Because again, leaving your house nowadays is scary. So what ends up happening is that there is some deterrence when you do that, but taking a temperature means that when someone is the most virulent, the most contagious, they're not going to infect others because they're going to be turned away. So there is some benefit to that. One more question really quick is just glove safety. I think it's really important. I'm going to demonstrate for you because I have gloves right here at my desk, because that's what we do. When you put gloves on, your hands should be clean first. Always clean hands with soap and water or with alcohol gel before and after putting on gloves and taking them off, okay? Because this is not enough protection. You need to do both. And if you're only using gloves and not washing your hands, the gloves don't help you. So very important that when you put on gloves, I'm putting on my gloves now to demonstrate, okay? Now, if I have gloves on and I think, well, I'm protected because I have my gloves on, but now I'm gonna go and touch my phone and I'm gonna check my shopping list. I'm gonna adjust my glasses and I'm gonna scratch my face and I'm gonna blow my nose and I'm gonna touch my hair and I'm gonna touch my credit cards. Your gloves are not clean if you do that, okay? So let's not pretend that gloves that touch a lot of things are in any way protecting you, and they're in no way protecting the people in the stores who are walking around on their phone, okay, but they have gloves on, so the average person is gonna say, oh, well, at least they're wearing gloves. If you're not changing your gloves and you're not aware of what your gloves are touching and the hygiene that you have, the gloves can actually be worse than not, because it makes people think that they're protected. That's a lie, okay? Gloves can get just as dirty, just as contaminated as anything else. So it's extremely important, if you wear gloves, to be aware of what you are touching, okay? So if you are out and about and you are shopping and you have gloves on, we don't know what has touched the shopping cart. The shopping cart should be wiped down anyway. We don't know what's touched all the products that you're touching. So if you're touching those products and then you're touching your phone, you've now contaminated your phone. If you've now touched your face, your glasses, your hair, your body in some way, your clothes, you have now contaminated all those parts. So don't be fooled by gloves. Gloves alone are not going to protect you. It's what you do when they're on and what you do when they're not on. Okay? And sometimes it's easier to keep tabs without gloves. I'm not suggesting you go without gloves. I'm telling you that gloves can work great, and we need them in healthcare. We need them. But when you have gloves on, assume that everything you're touching is dirty with mud, okay? And that your gloves are covered in mud. And why would I touch my phone, my face, my shirt, my hair, my glasses? You wouldn't. So try to keep a track of it. When you take them off, you remove them this way, okay, inside out, so that the part that's here was touching my clean skin. And then I'm doing the same thing here, but I'm putting it over that. So now I have 2 gloves inside one. Now I'm throwing it into a bin, and I'm spraying my hands with alcohol to keep my hands sanitized after I take my gloves off. And that way, I can keep myself safe. So I just wanted to review the gloves with you. I hope everyone stays well, stays healthy, and stays home. Take care.